Hello and welcome to my showcase video for Zenless Zone 0 Deadly Assault cycle of February 21st. I'll be looking at the cycle's buffs, enemies, and leaving my impressions and suggestions. Of course, you can skip straight to the gameplay from the timestamps. As we get a larger selection of agents to use, so too do the buffs allow for different teams. In this cycle, we have chain attack support to benefit the most recently released S-rank agents, Evelynn and ASTRAYAO, for their ability to provide extra chain attacks either to themselves or to the team. The other options include anomaly support with special attention given to MIYABI and BURNICE, and finally, a more general buff for agents to have damage in their ultimate, or would like to combo ultimates. The first boss is Notorious Pompey. For this cycle, the more time Pompey stays outside of a stun, the more damage he will deal while also taking increased crit damage. So we are incentivized to keep a constant DPS while avoiding frequent stuns. We get extra points in our score for perfectly dodging, which goes along well with the fact that Notorious Pompey deals up to 30% extra damage. If you dodge more, you won't feel it and it will be rewarded. My agent suggestions are mostly the ones that can work efficiently without the need of a stun window or were designed with the idea of dodging in their kits. As Pompey is weak to fire, an obvious choice would be Evelynn. A permanently on-field Evelynn could have consistent stacks to launch several chain attacks without needing a stun. For other fire agents, BURNICE and Lucy could provide off-field anomaly or crit contributions to support selfish agents with a strong focus for dodging, such as Jane or NICOLE, respectively. To round it all up, I suggest Caesar for her shield so you won't lose momentum from getting hit once or twice. The team I used for this boss was the Jane Disorder team with BURNICE and Caesar. As you can see, mine Jane lucked out in terms of drive discs as she does the heavy lifting, while Caesar and BURNICE are not as well built but are there to support and allow for disorders to occur. As this is a battle against time, I start by applying Caesar's shield before the fight even begins, and open up by applying BURNICE's mark as soon as possible. From then on, the fight is about keeping Jane on field as much as possible, dodging whenever I can for the extra points.
No escape. Now, you're the prey.
It's important to keep BURNICE's fuel gauge online, and this is preferably done seamlessly by blocking with her. Blocking with BURNICE allows you to follow up with X skill for an instant double flamethrower attack that fills the gauge faster. As a bonus, blocking also gives the team extra damage due to Caesar's 4-piece drive disc set.
Sorry. Wanna know what lurks in the darkness? Come on, face me head on! I'll crack the flame of battle! Ready for a fiery beam! Hit him where it hurts. Here's a taste of the abyss. Careful, it's dark. Careful. No escape. Yep. The final act begins now. it painless. Careful. I bite. Victory is in sight. I'll start to play the battle. Hey, let's have some fun. Found your weakness.
Fortunately, I managed to get 20k points right at the end of the battle, but a better built Bernice would make it much easier.
Want some more?
The second boss is Sacrifice Bringer, and like past iterations, he can be easily taken care of with disorder teams. His mechanic grants your team a stacking attack buff for each anomaly or disorder you inflict. Letting him charge his sword attack will remove all your buffs, so you're required to actively prevent it. Doing so also rewards you with a lot of points. Fortunately, his giant hand receives extra damage from disorder, playing well into the mechanic. It's impossible to not suggest the best of the best when it comes to disorder teams, so MIYABI and YANAGI should be pretty self-explanatory. MIYABI is the powerhouse that we all know her to be, and YANAGI can provide disorders on demand. If you don't own either of these agents, Bernice and Grace could be viable options as they apply their anomalies consistently. Finally, Piper stands out as she can proc multiple assaults in a short period of time, quickly stacking up the attack buff from the cycle's mechanic. For this boss, I choose to make things easy for me and bring MIYABI, YANAGI, and SETH. MIYABI by herself is already a unit, so I will be using a free-to-play option as her W engine. I also brought SETH positioned in 3rd slot to specifically buff YANAGI and give her more anomaly proficiency, as she has insane AP scaling on her polarity disorder. This fight is as standard as it gets for a MIYABI team. Your goal is to apply Frostburn and get stacks on MIYABI for her charge attack. Then get more stacks and Frostburn cooldown cleanse by triggering disorders and anomalies.
Resistance is futile. My blade is already. I swear on my blade. Mind and body. It's over.
Open your eyes, criminal!
Surrender. Press forward.
You asked for it!
My blade is already heated. We press on.
Final warning!
No forgiveness. Victory, the only option. My blade is already heated.
When Bringer starts charging his special attack, that's your cue to apply 2 anomalies. 1 or 2 disorders should be more than enough to interrupt it, granting you lots of points and preventing you from wasting a lot of time.
Such provocations don't go unanswered. Weak point. My blade is already Purging slash.
Judgment!
Weak spot located.
Justice will prevail.
No forgiveness. Mind and body.
No use resisting.
Finally, the last boss is the Dead End Butcher. The mechanic for the Dead End Butcher is a stacking crit damage received buff that's applied to the Butcher every time you parry with another character or perform a chain attack. Every parry grants points to your final score as well. If the boss has 4 debuff stacks, the next parry will deflect its attack and stagger him. For this fight, you will want to be able to consistently debuff the Butcher. Some of its attacks cost 2 assist points instead of 1 to parry. Sokaku and defenders such as Caesar, Ben and Seth have a passive that makes any defensive assist only cost 1 point, so that is why I suggest them. The other way to debuff the Butcher is by using chain attacks. As the enemy is weak to Ether, I suggest ASTRAYAO as the enabler for more chain attacks through her ultimate. DPS options are flexible if you can debuff the Butcher quickly, but as he has Ice and Ether weakness, I suggest ZHUYUAN and Ellen, but of course, MIYABI and Evelyn will always work. I'll be using a mono Ether team with ZHUYUAN, NICOLE and ASTRAYAO. ZHUYUAN is well invested and her strength is further amplified by 2 supports. NICOLE is a bit neglected, however her main contribution of shredding defense is not reliant on good substats. ASTRAYAO has enough attack to cap out her buff. I begin the fight by deploying ASTRAYAO and try to block with NICOLE as soon as possible, as she is the only one in this team with defensive assists to apply the damage received debuff.
Taking the shot.
When the Butcher becomes stunned, that's your cue to unleash every ultimate that you had been holding onto, starting with NICOLE.
An opening! Don't even try it! You're surrounded! Let our souls resonate! Stand down! Surrender! You asked for it! Keep up the assault! Better clear out! Taking the shot! Tough luck! Locking in. Fire support, ready. Just leave it to me. Incoming. An opening. Yep. Drop the weapon. I want a bonus for this. Stay where you are! Feel the power of art! Time to wrap you up! Bye-bye, suckers! Down! 2022! Maximum firepower!
A double support ZHUYUAN is easier to pilot than one with a stunner, as the constant quick assists will guarantee she never runs out of shotgun shells.
Taking the shot. My song is with you. Stand down. The pleasure's all yours. Right back at ya. What's this? Back up. Hip. Drop the weapon. Now's our chance! An opening! No restrictions! Fire it well! You asked for it! Let the melody move you! Stand down! Surrender!
And with this, I hope you enjoyed the showcase. The final scores of each team are shown here. Even if you only got 6 stars, that's perfectly fine, as that's all you need for the Polychrome rewards. As usual, if you have any questions about how I built my characters, do leave a comment in the video. Also, do share your impressions when clearing this cycle's Deadly Assault. If you're an Evelyn Haver, how easier does she make Deadly Assault? Thank you for watching, and like if you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.